Fans, welcome to this week's edition of After the Bell. I'm your host, the fan advocate, Terry Boddie. And with me is someone who is very special to OVW. But not just that.
That's right, Alex Silva.
Well, there's a surprise, folks. My guest this week's the one, the only, Alex Silva.
First gut check winner, ladies and gentlemen. First gut check winner.
Absolutely, and that's what I was gonna tell the fans about it. It's well documented, your accolades, being the first gut check winner, actually having Ric Flair go to you and tell you that you're the man. Fans have been asking, what does that feel like?
Well, first of all, to be honest, can I grab the microphone? Is that okay? Well, first of all, it was a weird day because that all day I was walking back and forth and nobody, and I mean nobody, was acknowledging me. And I was like, what the hell is going on today? What am I supposed to do? I had the match last week. I don't know. I thought I was going there having like a private meeting and, maybe signing papers or not. And no, we had to do this in the ring. And even Ric Flair was kind of a prick during that day. And for him to change his vote in the ring told the fans, the people that were watching at home, and also told me that I am good, that I am a superstar, that I can go on in TNA, and whenever I get the opportunity, turn it around and make it into my favor, become the top dog wherever I go. And you know this, Terry. Here in OVW, it's been around, 2 years, and today I kicked out of Jamin Olivencia's finishing move.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
And guess what? I beat him! I beat Jamin Olivencia! I showed everybody why I should be facing Johnny Spade for the OVW Heavyweight Championship. Matter of fact, I should probably be facing Ryan Howe or even the Tag Team Champions. I should be facing championship material wrestlers, whatever you want to call them. I'm French-Canadian. I don't care if I don't make sense. I deserve title matches.
Well, there's no questioning the accolades, and you do make valid points. But there's one point there's one thing that I want to touch back with on. That night at Gut Check, in the ring, it was a culmination. It's documented. You mentioned it. It was about with your father. I can live that emotion. You and I have had conversations about that, and I can tell you that was one proud moment. What was it like standing in that ring, seeing the culmination of your dreams and everything come through? Because that's the inspiration that's what you are to the fans here at OVW. Do you realize the weight that is on your shoulders and what that means?
I'm getting nervous right now. I don't know if you can see, if the camera wants to see. Like, I'm shaking. When we talk about my father, I think about my father. I always bite my nails. And when I got the opportunity to do Gut Check, it was weird because I'm always used to have my cell phone all the time and always, hey, Dad, I'm doing this, Dad, I'm doing that, Dad, I'm doing this, and I didn't have, and he would always guide me into the right direction, and that's why I was so successful. I believe I was so successful so far because of my father. Every time I had a bad day or a bad opportunity, or there was times where I would mess up, my dad would tell me what to do, and then I would achieve, and and that. Well, here's what's funny: in that ring. Rick, the first time you guys all saw it, the first time I messed up. I really messed up. Well, to be honest, I don't think I messed up, but it's not what they were actually looking for. But when Ric Flair told me not to talk to the Marks, or like I like to call them Marc-Antoines, it's a French name, and, it's a weird-ass French name. But like Ric Flair used to say, don't talk to the Marks, talk to us. And I looked up, and there was one spotlight, and it's even in the picture. There was only one spotlight. And it was just weird. It was like my body just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like he got inside of me, and then I just went on, and I just start talking, and there I am, a TNA superstar.
Again, your father would be very proud. We all saw the moment. We all thank you for letting us share in that moment. That's a very personal moment. That says to the character that you are.
You know, it's funny. It's hard for me to cry anymore. Like, I cry by myself, and I cried in that ring for the first time in front of the people because my dad taught me since I was a young kid to grow up and be a man. I believe I'm 21 years old, and my soul feels like it's 100 years old. I don't believe I'm 21 years old. I believe I have a weird life path that got me to where I am today, and the man that I am today, like, yet again, nervous, holding my hands, just thinking about my father, and it was... Actually, I forgot about the question, so you should just go ahead and ask another one. But if it's about my father, what I'm trying to say is that I just miss him. I don't really cry in front of people, but I did it that time. I really did forget the question, though.
That's perfect. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. I really did forget the question. I got lost in my own thoughts about my father, and I always get lost in my bubble. I have this sort of bubble started kind of created when I lost my father, and it's weird. And as the time goes by, it gets better. And you know, today I'm feeling good. I beat Jamin Olivencia, kicked out of his finisher. What does that tell you? Huh, Johnny Spade?
So obviously, if you have your choice of the titles, and this will be the last question, and again, thank you so much for sharing yourself with everybody. But the last question, if you have a choice of the titles, you want a title shot. Which title shot? Do you have your pick of the litter? Danny Davis comes to you and says, Alex, take your pick. Who do you pick and why?
Who do I pick? I pick Austin Aries. But if I have to go through you, Johnny Spade, first, then hell, I'll Silva Surfer you my way all the way to the World Heavyweight Championship. And that with the OVW title in my bag.
Well, fans, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of After the Bell, a very special, personal edition of After the Bell. From my guest, Alex Silva, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being the man that you are. Everybody here and who's not here are very proud of the man that you are. With that, fans, we're going to wrap it up. I'm your host, the fan advocate, Terry Boddie, and I'll see you at the shows. Uh-oh!